Good morning, everybody. What's up? Welcome back. It is Wednesday, September the 27th, the 101st live stream here on the 10K to $2 million funding challenge with Venator Trading, sponsored by our incredible sponsors, Bespoke Funding Program, who are celebrating their 1-year anniversary. Best in the business right now, I think, hands down. The most allocation, the best spreads, the best support, the best. They just have everything clicking right now. And I'm happy that they're part of our stream here, sponsoring everything, giving us the challenges we gave away. Yesterday, we gave out a 100K challenge. We gave out 3 25K challenges. We have a 10K challenge giveaway coming up this Friday. I mean, they've just been very generous with getting you guys access to some of these accounts. And so you need to show some love. And next time you go to purchase a challenge, use that discount code Venator Trading, or actually it's just Venator. You get 15% off. You get your 85% profit split, and you will, I can't promise you how the challenge will go. That's going to be on you. But I can promise you that the actual experience and the trading conditions in which you will take that challenge, they are the absolute primo best that I've seen so far in the industry. So welcome in. Excuse me, welcome in. I'm glad you guys are back. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It's the end of September. It is no news today. We had a relatively good move yesterday, Monday and Tuesday. We have identified our higher time frame draws on liquidity. Oh boy. And everything is just moving, and we're just continued to look for opportunities to sell euro, sell pound, sell Aussie, sell CAD, and buy the dollar. And we are still anticipating, I don't know if it's going to get down here by Friday to end out the month this low, but I do still believe that this is going to be a low resistance liquidity run, and we're ultimately going to take out these lows around 10485. This is obviously our first target right around 10510. We'll see if it gets there this week or not. Oh boy. What a morning. What a day yesterday. It was a great day yesterday on the stream, doing the 100th live stream. We had our most ever single viewer limit, just under 100. We had over 400 unique viewers pop in and check out the stream yesterday. That was an all-time high as well. So very cool. Back down today to our normal OG fam, our regular viewers and chatters. So it feels like family today. It just feels like a cool, chill family today, with Alpha and Cisco and Red and Owen and Kamitang and Mr. Alfie and George, Blitz, Beeswax, GeoFX, KX, STR7. I have not seen you in the stream much, or if at all that I remember, but welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're popping in the chat and saying good morning. Good morning to you as well. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. Hope your day is going well. I hope your trading session has gone well so far. I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for ways to sell euro and pound. Overnight, we had an opportunity right here, a beautiful euro dollar 15-minute breaker block. The last down close candle before we ran buy side liquidity and the display slower. There's your breaker. There is your fair value gap. There is your entry. There's your stop. And you should be moving to break even right about now if you're in that trade. I don't know if we're going to get another opportunity here in the London session. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. That was just a great move. There on the dollar, there are still relative equal lows down here. I was wondering if it might come down and take that out. It did not. So I'm not sure what kind of, or if any pullback we're going to get here on dollar. But if we do get a pullback, I'll be looking to sell it. Pound is not quite as clean. Pound, we have been saying that we were anticipating this draw into this volume imbalance into this weekly fair value gap. We're now down about 50% into that weekly fair value gap. I still am bearish on GU, just like I am on EU. Don't try to call a bottom until you see some confirmations on higher time frames that things are changing. There's no reason to switch your bias. Now we have reached our higher time frame draws on liquidity, and so it's not out of the question to take a counter trend trade once you have reached your higher time frame draws on liquidity. You can move. You should still keep your overall bias, but you can move to a slightly more neutral position. And if you see a nice counter trend trade setup where the opposite side liquidity makes sense, then you can potentially take a move there. But I'm definitely still very, very bearish. Here on the daily time frame, we have tapped into our relative equal highs. We have now closed in and above this daily fair value gap. Any return to this daily fair value gap, I would anticipate potential support forming there. We are inside of this monthly, imbalance now, sell side imbalance here, this big move down. This candle from October of last year, the low, and the high of the December candle have created this massive fair value gap. We're reaching up into it now. It will be interesting to see how we close out these last 3 trading days of September. Will we close above these highs? If we close above these highs, I would anticipate definitely more bullish dollar price action. And quite honestly, until inflation changes here in the States and the Fed shows some sign of dovishness and relenting of interest rates, I don't see why the dollar would have any weakness. There's going to have to be some kind of factor externally in the in the culture wars, so to speak, of what's going on in the economies, and we have election years coming up. So there's going to be, I anticipate some sort of manipulations, obviously, with information and what's actually happening. But it's really all driven by interest rates. They're staying high. They've told everybody that there's probably another hike coming. So until we see some relief here, then this to me looks like a impulsive move up, a lower high, a grab of sell side liquidity, and now we're going to make a new leg up. These are monthly candles. So but charts are the charts, right? Like if this was a 10-minute chart, where's price going? If this was a 15-minute chart, where would you anticipate? What does this look like? It looks like a breakout, a retest, and now we're heading up higher, possibly back up into these highs. So that's what I would anticipate if this was a 5-minute chart or a 10-minute chart or whatever it is. It's come back down into a breaker. It's a fair value gap, tested that breaker, and now we're heading higher. So it remains bullish. I remain bullish. Now, it's a very unhealthy bullish price action. And what do I mean by unhealthy? Well, look at this move up. Did we have several weeks in a row where we had bullish price action? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we had 2 weeks, 3 weeks of pullback. And then higher highs, and then small pullbacks. And then a few weeks of higher highs, and then pullbacks. And then a few weeks of higher highs, and then pullbacks. Healthy price action, right? What about this looks healthy? This is completely abnormal price action. Look at this 12 straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This would be week 12, depending on how this candle closes. I truly don't expect the dollar to just collapse and close bearish underneath the opening price. I would be shocked if in the next 3 days we have just a complete tank of the dollar. It can happen. I would just be shocked by that. That's all I'm saying. Where have you seen 12 weeks of straight bullish price action anywhere, to the downside or to the upside? You have to scroll and scroll and scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right here, from July of 2014 to September of 2014 was the last time it happened. It's been almost 10 years since we had this kind of price action. And what happened after it did this? You had a couple of weeks of pullback, and then where did it go? Bam. I mean, it just continued to have unrelenting strength. So it's unhealthy. It's not normal. This is definitely a once in a decade kind of price action event. So don't just think because we've tapped into liquidity now and we've had nothing but 12 weeks of bullish price action that this thing has to tank and pull back to, a 50% discount or something like that. You might get a little pullback. You might. But don't think that we're just now going to go completely bearish here. This is telling you exactly where it's going. We might get a little reprieve. We might get a little profit taken. We might get a little... This thing is going to continue higher. Even if we get a week or two of bearish price action. So, but I'm just saying it's just unhealthy. It's just... This is the kind of market where everybody wants to call the top. Everybody becomes a counter trend trader and then they just get chewed up and spit out. Just stick with your bullish bias and until on the weekly, daily time frames, you see a big shift in a change of structure. Until that happens, and until you have some type of fundamental issue happening, you see inflation dropping, you see the Fed pivoting, that kind of stuff. There's no reason to think that the dollar's going to slow down right now. So, sticking with it. I'm just going to be looking for opportunities to buy the dollar, continue to do that. For me, that means I'm probably going to need to see some kind of dip back down, either below these lows or into some kind of breaker retest or something. But I don't know. It could just be a do nothing Wednesday today. I'm perfectly fine. Monday, I got swerved on dollar CAD by a pip and it just blasted off to my take profit. Yesterday, I got swerved on euro dollar sells, and literally another pip or half a pip, and then it just tanked to my take profit. It's been a frustrating couple months because when you look at the win rate and you look at the losses, the wins and losses, I feel like a couple of pips make all the difference in the world, right? Like you can start playing these mental mind games with yourself of saying, well, I was accurate in my analysis, but the trades just didn't play out. And that's true. I was accurate. I did call winning trades, even though I didn't get my entries. I called the move. It fit my pattern. I just didn't. I've missed my entries by pipettes. And the entire course of the challenge could be completely different, right? Like we could have passed these challenges already probably if all of these trades that I had not gotten swerved on would have been triggered in. But they didn't get triggered in, which means I didn't take the trade because I did not get my price. And even though I see price run to my take profit, these are the true and tried statistics before me that I have traded. I have been in a very crappy losing streak, even though I have called many, many winning positions. Though I've called the moves, so I've identified them, though I have the accuracy with which I have shown that the breaker system works is valid. I don't think there's much to argue about there. It's disappointing that I haven't been able to participate in that. I feel that. So this is not me telling you I'm changing my strategy. This is not me making excuses for the 2 wins, the 8 losses, the 3 break evens, whatever, the drawdown. This is me telling you that I feel that frustration, just like you would feel that frustration. I feel that, but I'm not changing anything. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm not going to change my strategy. I'm not going to change the way I take entries. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to keep executing my trading plan. If you start to worry about the last 10 trades and you let the last 10 trades suddenly tweak your trading strategy, you have ruined the edge in the market that you have with 100 trades. And that's where my focus remains. My focus remains on the next 100 trades I'm taking. Not the last one I took, not the last one I didn't take because I got swerved, not the last loss, not the last win, not the last break even. These last 10 trades that we've taken mean diddly squat to me. Absolute diddly squat. I don't give a crap about them. It's unfortunate that we are in the drawdown that we're in. It's unfortunate that we did miss several really nice entries by a pipette or half a pip, a pip. That sucks. That doesn't make me happy. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But besides that, we're going to continue to do what we do. I'm going to continue to be patient. I'm going to continue to wait for my setups to form. If I see them, I'm going to call them out. I'm going to execute. And if they're not there, I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to sit and wait until I see my setup. And if we lose this challenge, if we lose this funded account, whatever it is, this is part of the journey. This is part of the trading experience that every trader goes through, even profitable traders. We had a red month in July. We had a green month in August. And we currently have a red month in September. 3 months does not determine or define your skill or future trading success as a trader. Most traders that stay in the failing 90% club, they look at their last day, they look at their last trade, They look at their last week, maybe, and they let that determine their identity and define who they are as a trader. You've got to pull back. You've got to pull back into a bigger perspective, and you've got to keep that long-term focus in place. And that's what I choose to do. That's what I am choosing to do. So unfortunate, but this is life, and this is trading, and it is what it is. So my choice to do it all live here in quote unquote in front of the world live. I hope it's helpful. I hope that you find value in it, even if it's if whether you use my strategy or not. At least you are seeing in real time every single day exactly what I'm going through, exactly how I feel, exactly what I'm thinking, and exactly how I move forward through all of those things that typically will wreck and ruin every trader out there. So I'm the guinea pig. I'm your guinea pig. That's what I am. I am your guinea pig. Brad the guinea pig. Yesterday was Brad handouts, and we gave out a lot. Today could be Brad do nothing, but either way, we're just chilling, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. You guys are have quickly become family, Venator family. In just a few months, we have built a small, little, tight community of traders that I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you all and see you grow and learn, just have fun together, whether we're talking about trading or soccer or football or rugby or how big your Hurley is. Shout out to Owen. Either way, I'm just happy to be here with you guys. So thanks for jumping in today. After a huge day yesterday, it's nice to be back with you guys. And well, there you go. Euro just falling off the table. If you were in that euro dollar trade overnight, welcome to profits. Welcome to a full TP or more, depending on where your TP was. So not sure what that was about. Why we're getting such an aggressive move down right now. There's no news that I know of. Nothing has changed, so I'm not exactly sure, unless there's some news event that I just missed. I don't know. We're getting some crazy aggressive price action right there. Just dollar strength, man. Euro and pound are just collapsing. Dollar CAD has not had that same reaction, interestingly. Aussie showing some weakness here, but not as aggressively as pound and euro. I mean, that thing is just absolutely tanking. What in the world? What am I missing? Again, remember, these lows down here are your drawn liquidity. I think it's going to come down to the second low, but this is obviously the first one we're reaching for. But that is quite a drop here at the start of the New York session, the 7 a.m. New York time. Pretty aggressive. Oh boy. Okay. Cisco says BFP just banned India yesterday, didn't they? Hope that's not impacting any of the Ventor farm here. I believe it was Pakistan, not India. Oh, and yeah, that's correct. I think it was Pakistan. Beeswax, what's up? JuFX, good morning. Cisco says John should have got this fake accounts in to hit the 100 viewer count. Yeah, come on, John. How come you couldn't get a couple more of your fake accounts. We could have gotten over 100 yesterday. 100 viewers at once on the 100th live stream. I thought we would get there, quite honestly, but we got like 92, 91, something like that. What's up, Uncle Toby? Welcome in. By Lemansky, good afternoon. Shadow Trades, good evening. Cisco says, yes, he's taking the week off. I think probably not here. Ben A, dollar's still ripping. It is. Risking small because I still felt those dollar lows could be taken. I did as well. I thought the dollar would come back down and grab this sell side here and reach back into this daily fair value gap that it busted through. So it may still do that. It is running pretty aggressively here right now. Ooh. Michael Dahl says good morning. Adrian says good morning. I think dollar trying to rebalance that bearish move last year. Well, obviously, he's reaching up there into the monthly imbalance. Yes, it is. It could just be pushing higher, though. It could just be reaching for all-time highs. We'll see. Powell is speaking tomorrow, maybe fuel for change. I doubt it. Let's see. Tomorrow we've got the final GDP and unemployment claims come out tomorrow for the dollar. You have the euro, you have the German and Spanish preliminary CPI numbers come out. Fed Chair Powell speaks in the afternoon tomorrow. And then Friday, we've got some more GDP and core price index, inflation numbers. So news Thursday and Friday that could provide some volatility. I'm just I'm most interested to know how they want to close out September. That's going to give us a nice clue. A nice clue into what we can expect as we head into the final quarter. What's up, Lee? Good afternoon. Ben says, one thing I've learned about markets is that even if something looks completely overextended, it doesn't mean it's going to pull back. It can just keep ripping. Need to wait for real confirmation of a shift to start getting bearish. People have been trying to short GJ and UJ for months because of how overextended it was and just got destroyed as it kept going higher and higher for months. Yeah. Don't try to call the top and the bottom. That's not your job. Your job is not to try to pick tops and bottoms. Your job is try to execute your trading plan. That's your job. I think everyone is anticipating a pullback. Everyone is seeing the strength with which the dollar has ripped and the euro and pound have remained weak. And so you are definitely anticipating, because we're so used to the way the market breathes and ebbs and flows. It just comes in, it comes out, comes in and comes out. And it moves. It may be moving ultimately in one longer term direction, but it just ebbs and flows. And there's been really no flow. It's just an all ebb, like just push the hell as strong and as fast as you can, and has given no return. Michael says, I cannot stop looking at the untapped weekly open on EU. No manipulation whatsoever. It should become a bullish candle. On EU, there are the untapped. Are you talking about what, the current weekly candle? Is that what you're talking about? It's left behind no fair value gaps on EU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This week, if it closes super bearish, next week, if you got any kind of pullback, yeah, you would be looking to see where and when. Could be a breaker, a weekly breaker, retest these lows, these old swing lows. We'll see. Right now, it's just content to fall off a cliff. Historia Ross, to make a profit, you need price movement, not setups. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but you trade setups. You execute your trading setup. You wait for your setup. That's where you make money. Your setups are identifiers of price movement, of future price movement. That's what a setup is. A setup is a predictor of a future price movement. So you definitely, yes, you need price to move, but your setups are what you look for to predict the future price movement. GFX says, thinking of 100 trades coming the mind of a Spartan. Yeah, it takes it takes a lot of discipline to stay focused. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes every day I wake up and I choose to be disciplined. Every day I wake up and I choose to follow my plan. Every day I wake up and I promise myself that I'm not going to break my rules. And every day that I do that is another brick in the wall of self-defense against my immature, emotional child inside of me that wants to just, full leverage, max risk, no stop loss, and revenge trade. And I've put that and boxed that little child away. He's still in there somewhere because I still feel all the emotions that he wants to just grab a hold of and use to, make stupid, dumb decisions. I still feel them all, and I just choose to ignore them. I choose to not. I know that they lead to destruction, and I choose to ignore them. So Cisco says, no regrets, Owen. Profit is profit, and you followed your system. Absolutely. Brad, you're a good man. October, November, and the first half of December are going to be a blast. Some win streaks expected for sure. There could be some, I'm hoping, I'm anticipating some good win streaks. We've had some great win streaks at the beginning when we started the stream about 4 months ago. And then the last, 2.5 months have been pretty crappy. Owen says, yeah, I just have ICT's voice stuck in my head. Pay the trader. That's exactly right. When you hit your TP area, you pay the trader. You get paid. John, I'm like 7 up at Cisco. Never have, never will. Owen, 100% I second this. Mayhew Timison, we really appreciate you. Top-notch stuff. Thank you for being watching the stream and jumping in the chat. Appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're finding value in it. Matthew Hope, what's up, my friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Do you not feel it could be beneficial to reduce risk to maybe 1.5% or 1%, especially for live accounts, to give room for human error and other situations may occur due to spread and slippage? So, Matt, what we're doing right now is I have reduced my risk to 1% on the funded account. I am going to risk the remainder of the drawdown amount on the phase 2 challenge, so 1.7%. And I've reduced my risk on the 100K challenge to 1% as well. So we're reducing risk. And as far as human error, I don't know what that means. Slippage, I have not really experienced at all with Bespoke for any trades or executions. So I'm good. We're going to reduce our risk and see if we can recover some of this drawdown before we up our risk again. It's very helpful. Thank you. Watch your episode. Oh, cool. The episode with Bespoke. I got you. Sad watching it go without us, me, but it was out of the kill zone, so I technically didn't miss a setup per my rules. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. If it's outside of your trading zone, you didn't miss nothing. It's fine. Did get a little bit of we did get a little bit of a displacement here. Not a really good clean run of liquidity, like down close here, ran liquidity, displaced through, came back up. I mean, maybe if we come back up into this order block on pound inside this breaker, tiny fair value gap, I don't know. Just nothing jumping off the charts at me super clean here that I would want to buy or sell at the moment. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. There's no rush. I'm in no hurry to take a trade today. I never am. You guys know this. I think we're probably going to come for these lows down here on GJ. Maybe on GJ, if you get some, you've had a nice, you tapped into liquidity up here. You've ran some buy side above these old lows. You did take out these relative equal highs right here. If you can continue to get some displacement away on that breaker there, we'll see. There's not a super clean fair value gap anywhere in here yet that I'm noticing. Potentially see this block of 5-minute candles here. Maybe we'll get something. On the 15, it would be this candle. Let's see, on the 30, what do we have? It'd be these together. We'll just keep our eye on GJ here. If we can get some pound weakness and displacement through, I think we might be targeting this. Again, I don't know if we have 3 days left in the monthly candle here on GJ. And, we've had this higher high. We've just been extremely bullish for several months since January. Just ripping higher. We've tapped into this fair value gap. This order block, we've ran right up to sell our buy side liquidity and we've pulled back. So we'll see what happens here. Does GJ monthly is an inside candle right now? We haven't taken out last month's high. We haven't taken out last month's low. We're very close to last month's low. I don't know that it's going to get down there. With only 3 days left, let's see, what do we have? We've got some yen news, manufacturing index coming out. Oh. Last week's low still in place. You've had a break of structure, pull back, getting some I don't think there's a fair value gap right there. There might be a tiny, tiny little fair value gap right there. I just realized I'm talking to myself in my head and not talking out loud again. Not great for a live stream when the guy just sits here and talks to himself inside his head and you don't get to hear anything that's going on. I'm just sitting here analyzing GJ. We've taken out buy side. We're starting to get some displacement down. I'm trying to determine if I view this as a good clean breaker. We did run buy side. We're getting, after tapping into buy side, we're getting an aggressive move away. Where did this move begin? It began on this down close candle. Is there a fair value gap? Technically, yes, there is. If this candle closes down below on this 5 minute, you could anticipate a pullback either at the end of the open of the next hour, back up into here. But those lows and last week's low. So we go back here. Last week's low will be your first drawn liquidity that you would be interested in getting tapped into. And then you have the previous month low below that. So I've kind of stuck away from GJ recently, but not a bad looking setup here. This little, you don't really see it anywhere else. That 5 minute order block just above there. I don't know. Those old highs on the lower time frames. Potential pullback here would be way up there. We'll just wait. We'll watch and wait. Could be a nice little play here. Anybody take this euro dollar sell today? Because that was a really nice, easy, beautiful setup. Really beautiful setup there on EU. Sorry, I need to catch up on the chat here. Maverick, been a while since I've joined your live stream. Hope you and everyone are well. Welcome in, Mav. Good to see you back in here. David Dream says good morning. Michael Dahl, yeah, the current weekly candle with no wick at the top. Gotcha. Saeem, does 121100 on GU looks like a good place to get out? It's at the bottom of the weekly fair value gap. So I mean, I don't know that it's going to reach all the way down to the end of this weekly fair value gap here. It could. Often price wants to rebalance completely, but it doesn't have to. This general area was our overall drawn liquidity. So John, Owen Dinan, if I had ICT's voice in my head, I'd go to the doctor. The People's Temple members had Jim Jones's voice in their head. Oh, gosh. There's a lot of cultish people. Listen, there's some good things that the ICT says, John. Not everything he says is great, but there are some things that he says that are good. It's fine. What's up, Trading Night? Welcome in. The Loyalty family, it has taken me 1M to understand your strategy of inversion fair value gap. Incredible strategy that requires patience. I'll be looking for entry at 50% discount at half position, add later at a better price. Stick to your trading strategy. If that's your trading strategy and your plan, get 100 trades in a live market, and then you can make decisions on whether it's a good strategy or not. So I'm glad it's helpful, and I'm glad that you're finding it useful. And I hope that you can continue just to have the discipline it takes to execute it on a daily basis over and over again. Owen says, I love inverted fair value gap with all my heart. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. I agree. I agree. Once you see the inverted, you can't help but change it. Carthadiva, hello, welcome in, man. Glad to have you. Cisco quiet Brad time. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I just forget that you all are watching, and I just kind of get engrossed in my thought pattern, and I just kind of forget what I'm doing. And I just kind of go into my my own little world. So I apologize for that. I try to talk it out as much as I can. So we'll see. If we get any kind of pullback here on dollar CAD, these relative equal highs up here on the 4 hour, I think are good draw on liquidity still. If you look at the daily, you know, we're pulling back, grabbing sell side liquidity here. We're starting to get displacement away. So a close above this bullish candle would create a daily breaker right here that you could use to run these old highs up here. So see if that happens. On the weekly, we've reached down into a discount last week. We've taken out last week's high, reaching up into this fair value gap here on dollar CAD. Well, it'd be interesting to see how this fair value gap plays out. I think it gets violated. I think we fill it in, all of the space up here. So still some good room to run here on to the buy side. But if we get a pullback on dollar CAD, it might be nice if we could take out these lows or even reach down into these lows. That would be a pretty aggressive drop, but you never know. You never know. All right. I don't think I just want to sell off of this. All of these down close candles, this run of liquidity here does not, it's not clean. The move would have been here. We displaced through this breaker. If price comes back up into this breaker, do I just want to sell that off of that order block and inside of that breaker retest? Maybe. I'm just going to highlight it. There's your breaker. You have obviously a fair value gap inside there. We still have a draw on liquidity lower. I don't typically like retrading old breakers that have already been run back up to and then fallen back. So I'm not super confident about that. I think I'm gonna just stick with, gosh, sorry. I think I'm just gonna stick with sitting on the sidelines, quite honestly. Like, there's nothing here that was the move, man. This was the move today. And will we get another one? Maybe we might get another one. But for euro dollar to make another move, it's going to have to come all the way up and grab buy side, and it's already done that. So GU, this is just super choppy, and it's a breaker that's already been displaced through, come back and made new lows now, coming back into it. This is not a good breaker. This is not a sufficient run of highs for me, as the entire run engulfed that internal liquidity grab. So it just doesn't look super clean there. GJ here, I don't know. Obviously, it's so close to entry. I'm not just going to run over and jump in because I see it close to entry here. I'll just probably leave that as a data point, and we'll just watch that, see how it plays out. It's a teeny tiny little fair value gap inside that breaker. I'm probably more inclined to use this 30-minute setup. It also just barely ran this buy side. It wasn't like an aggressive run into buy side. So the 30-minute is not displacing lower. It could just do GJ stuff and do this ugly chop. So very content today to do nothing. If like I said, if dollar CAD could come down and take out some of these lows, and then maybe get some displacement higher, we might be able to find another dollar CAD move. See about that. Nice run of liquidity, displacement through. You might even use this as a breaker here. Right here, you could use this as a breaker potentially. Now that I'm looking at this actually looks like a really nice. This actually looks really clean. This is what a good clean run of liquidity looks like. A quick stab down into multiple levels and then a quick aggressive move up. We've not come back and retested that breaker. It gets you into a discount. It gets you into an OTE area. There is just a very sexy fair value gap right there. Right in the heart of that breaker. I actually kind of like that. This looks pretty clean. That looks pretty clean. What do we look like on the higher time frame here? Similar. Fair value gap tucks in here. I kind of like this. This dollar CAD setup is pretty. It's pretty textbook here. Pretty textbook dollar CAD move right here. I mean, it doesn't get much prettier than that. I think heading into this hour, I would be willing to take that play there. I don't know. Kishore Sin, what do you choose a fake winner for 100K account giveaway? Because winner has 2 posts reposted of you and have 1 follower and 2 following. That is only you at Venator Trading and Bespoke Funding. I'm not sure what. I think he's accusing me of faking the 100K account giveaway. Well, I don't know how do I fake that? Like, you literally watched me do it all on YouTube Comments Picker live on the stream. You saw the person come up. You saw the person claim the account on YouTube. I can show you the private messages that we've had on Twitter back and forth. I don't need a 100K account that bad, my friend. So, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you were, I don't even know if you were on the stream yesterday to watch, but literally we chose that person. The website, I hit start, you saw the names come up, and then that person won, Tatiana, whatever her name was. So yeah, I'm not sure why you think I would just go through all of that trouble to give myself a 100K account. I don't need to fake it to go get a 100K account, my friend. I would much rather give it to Corey, who's been here since the beginning. If I was going to fake it, I would have just said Corey wins. So, yeah, bro, that's not how that works. What's up, Corey? Good morning. Caught 15 pips. That's good. In hindsight, I wish I had taken that EU breaker. Always in hindsight, you just have to execute when you see them. You don't know which ones are going to work and which ones are not going to work. You just have to stay disciplined. If it's an A+ setup, you take it. If it's an A+ setup, you take the trade. No giveaway today. Mooncake, the album. We did the giveaway yesterday. You're a day late and $1 short. But we are doing a 10K giveaway every single Friday. We give away a 10K account with Bespoke Funding. Our incredible, awesome sponsors, the best in the business right now. They give us a 10K account to give away every single Friday. So that's what we do. Yesterday was the 100th live stream. We gave away a 100K account. We also were celebrating Bespoke's 1-year anniversary, and we gave away 3 25K accounts, which Java Trader, who has been in here, won one of the 25K accounts. So it was good to see at least one of our regular viewers tap into that and take advantage of it. So no giveaway. John, Venator trading, there are good things, David Koresh said as well. Michael needs someone to fix the market. Maybe Powell can do some magic tomorrow. Yeah, we need some help. What? No giveaway today? No way. I'm just here for that. That's what most people are here for. I think he's just salty that he didn't win. Well, obviously he's a little salty. If I was going to fake an account, I wouldn't come up with some random Russian handle. Russian interference. That's what it always comes down to. Russian interference. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I am probably anything but fake. If I was a faker, Kishore, I would have, my current funding would be about $1 million. And I would not be an 8% drawdown and a losing streak. If I was trying to fake, I'm doing a very, very poor job. So I need to take some lessons on how to fake better. What's your take on frequency? Thinking of reducing my time frame to increase my trade. No. Don't do that. Bad idea. Do not increase your trading frequency. That is not what you want to do. You want to reduce frequency. The goal is not to pass fast. The goal is not to get rich quick. The goal is to be consistent and find your A+ setups. And if you go down into the lower time frames so that you can just have more trading opportunities, you have the wrong mindset, Emmanuel. That is not the right mindset. Do not try to find more trades. Stick with the trading plan. Stick with the higher time frame setups. They are more consistent. They are more accurate. They will not chop you up. The answer is not taking more trades. That is not the answer. Don't do that. What's up, Shambies? Welcome in. Cisco, honestly, one of my favorite things is that I don't need to actively use Twitter to be eligible because I don't bother with social media at all. Find your edge. That's right. Alpha Bridge. Yeah, this whole giveaway thing is fake, but Flat Earth is 100% legit. Just saying. Pretty much, you figured it out, Alpha Bridge. You figured it out. I was going to disclose the Flat Earth theory here pretty soon once I had you all wrapped up and wrapped around my little finger, and you were hearing my voice in your head, right, John? Then I was going to finally convince you of the Flat Earth. Brad, you're sounding a lot like anti-ICT there with the higher time frame setups. Careful now. Not anti-ICT, just, really more just I enjoy staying in the game over the long term. I enjoy not beating my head against a wall. I enjoy not feeling frustrated all of the time. I enjoy not feeling stressed the hell out all the time. So I just choose to stay up on, as he calls it, the mothership time frame, the 15-minute time frame. According to his 2022 ICT mentorship, YouTube mentorship, the 15-minute time frame, that's your mother chart. That's the one you look at. That's the one you wait for liquidity runs on from higher time frames. You wait for structure shifts. You wait for fair value gaps. You wait for breaker blocks, order blocks, OTEs. It all happens on the 15-minute. And, I think he's just, quite honestly, I think currently it's just, there's a need for him to stay relevant and continue to work the mold and chip away at the chip on his shoulder that he carries about people. He still thinks people just don't believe him. So he comes up with all the new concepts, and he comes up with all of the, I'm going to do this on the 30-second time frame. I'm going to do this on the 15-second time frame. I mean, it doesn't matter. In the end, it just doesn't matter. Your value, his value is not determined on whether he can call moves on the 30-second time frame. His value ultimately in the long run, 20, 30 years from now, after he's long gone, and people are still using his concepts, the way price moves. That's the value that ICT, I think, has provided the trading community. Is understanding how price moves in relation to liquidity, from buy side to sell side. He has some very simple. I don't know if simple is the right word. He has some very strong, just entry patterns. And that's all you need. You don't need 85. You don't need 100. And even though his son evidently is trading on the 30-second time frame right now and finding success, good for him. Most people don't have daddy standing over their shoulder, coaching them and holding their hand and talking them through all of that. I'm not going to sit here on, number one, I'm not going to pay the fee on TradingView so I can see the 30-second chart. I'm a miser. I'm not going to pay the premium upgrade so that I can even see the 30-second chart. There's plenty of moves and good high-quality setups on the 5-minute, the 10-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily. Plenty of them. I was not there at the moon landing. I had not been born yet. I know you think I'm old, but I was not at the moon landing. NASA, the Johnson Space Center is right next door, technically, to where I live. It's just around the corner. And have been in there, have gotten some high-level tours and behind-the-scenes high-level tours because I know I have friends that are pretty high up in the NASA administration over there. I have friends that pilot the International Space Station every single day. I have friends that actually train the astronauts, like they are the head astronaut trainer that run the program. It's not fake. Mr. Alvey, you were married to an alien at one point. I love to hear it. Anon, don't want to be a devil's advocate, but I think he might mean that the winner is someone who made a few accounts to increase the odds of him winning based on the post and Twitter activity. I mean, could be. I don't know. Maybe it was. I'm not going to go through and make sure that one of my friends wins. I'm just going to run the giveaway that I ran, and it's going to fall where it falls. We do giveaways here every single week, so Are there people out there that spend most of their time trying to just figure out ways to scam instead of trade? Absolutely. It's sad, but it's true. Matthew says, no hate, but ICT students would probably see more success if ICT taught one model. Yep. Owen says, I haven't even told my dad I trade. That's awesome, man. Just what you need to do, Owen, is just send him, I don't know, just, surprise him, send him £1,000 or send him a plane ticket to come visit you or go on vacation or buy him a new car or something and just shock him. We have Daddy Brad. You can call me Daddy. It's fine. Jeez. Didn't get a deep enough pullback here. GJ just hanging around entry. GU did come right back up into that, right at the bottom of that breaker, and has just continued to fall away. I doubt ICT holds anyone's hand. I bet he does. I don't know. I feel like he loves his family. He loves his boys. Loves his wife. He wants his son to succeed. Am I the one that sees the red flags? His son. I don't know. And I'm not going to question whether that's actually his son trading or not. I'm going to take him at his word for right now until something otherwise comes up. Your friends sound like they're the Brad of NASA. Just cool people. NASA, where we live, NASA is a huge employer. There are a ton of, you either work for NASA, well, not you only. There's all kinds of industries around here. Obviously, we have a ton of refineries and plants down here in Houston. But right here in the Clear Lake area, there are a ton of, you work for NASA or you're a NASA contractor. You work for a company that is contracted with NASA to provide support or whatever. So Boeing and U.S. Aerospace, all kinds of companies down here. But the actual NASA employees, yes, they're pretty cool people. And if you ever come down to the Houston area, let me know. I will hook you up with a behind the scenes tour, not the one you pay for and the public gets to see, but the actual walk on to Mission Control and sit at the station and talk to an astronaut tour. Pay off your parents' mortgage. That would be quite the surprise and quite the blessing for them. That would be pretty freaking cool. Alpha, do you guys know anything about George Carlin? The dude is still a legend on Entertaining to Watch. Yeah, Carlin's fantastic. He was a legend, is a legend. Oh. Sophisticated gambling. I believe people who say we're gamblers, I believe the reverse too. If I make money from my own type of gambling, I'm good. Brad, I might take you up on that offer. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger. Dude, it was pretty cool. So the church, y'all know why I work for a church. The church that I go to has several current and former astronauts that attend. And one of our services we were doing, this was right during COVID. It was right before COVID, I think. Well, so while he was up there, COVID was going on. He was on the International Space Station. And we actually did a service, and they can call. They have phones where they can call their families. Internet phones, basically. It's connected through the internet, through laser communication, satellite, whatever. It's basically real-time communication. I mean, you can actually just get on the phone and call. Like he can actually call his wife, and it would ring on her cell phone, and she can pick it up and talk to her husband, who's literally orbiting the planet. Anyway, we did a video call with him during one of our services, and it was just pretty cool. And he was showing out the porthole or window, whatever they call it, and it's absolutely insane. Like, it's completely surreal. And listening to him talk about his experience up there, he was up there for, I think it was over almost a year, maybe a little bit less than a year. He was up there a long time. He went up before COVID, and when he came back, the whole world was in a pandemic and everything was shut down and turned off, and you know how it was. But it is just crazy to talk, like you're literally talking to someone who is not on the planet. They are not on the planet, and you're talking to them. They're in space. Just, I mean, when you think about that and how mind-boggling that is, it's crazy to think about. But the images that we could see in the video, it's beautiful, and just you just sit there and marvel at God's handiwork. Quite honestly, it's just all you can do is just sit in awe at God's handiwork. So. Victor, good morning. John, I would love to meet an astronaut. The funny thing is, so we have, the church that we're at, like, we have different opportunities for people to serve at church. Like, they can, you could be an usher, right? You could be a greeter and open the door and say hi to people when they come in. You could be on the coffee team and help make coffee as people come up and they get free coffee. And but we have these roles on stage. For the service, we call them people in black, and they just wear all black clothes because they will bring things onto the platform or off the platform, depending on what's happening. If it's a music stand or a teacher stand or a prop, or sometimes the teachers will use a TV to put their notes on behind them and they'll roll the TV out, or they're also back there just to kind of make sure that the band and whoever is needs to go on to do something for the service, that they're ready to go, that they're not wandering around somewhere. So we call them PIBs, people in black. And one of these guys who's a PIB is, his name's George Zomka. You can go Google him. George Zomka is one of the coolest dudes that I know. This guy right here. This is one of the most humble guys that I know, George Zomka. He is a NASA astronaut. He was a commander. He's been on 2 different space missions where he was, I think once he was the pilot and once he was the commander. I need to look at this. Piloted the Space Shuttle Discovery. Pretty cool. Anyway, this guy, look at all the credentials this guy has. Insane credentials. Made his first space flight as the pilot. So yeah, that's what I thought this was right. So he was the pilot on his first mission, and then he was the commander of his next mission. Cool dude, super cool dude. He's a PIB at our church. He serves as a person in black. Like, he just shows up. Nobody, like, he just doesn't, like, there's no like pretentiousness about him. There's not, no one even, there's most of the people that are doing this church and interact with this guy, they have no idea who he even is. Not a clue. And he just serves, and he just, he's happy and content. Like, he literally just got back from orbiting the planet, and then he comes in and he like picks up a music stand and takes it out and puts it on the stage and then walks back. And then that's the world I live in down here. It's one of those things that it's just like so common that it becomes, it doesn't feel as rare as it probably should. But you sit there and you talk to that guy and you listen to him, and you listen. We have other astronauts and then the other people that just work in mission control and stuff. And you just, it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating to be in this world down here with all of them, hear their stories, and kind of live vicariously through all of their incredible experiences. It's pretty awesome. Michael says, I had a tour of NASA Johnson on a school trip like 4 or 5 years ago. It was cool. Oh, really? You were here in H-Town. Still considering this dollar CAD trade here. Trying to decide what I want to do. Coming into we've opened the 8 o'clock hour here. I don't know. It's about to reach into this 30-minute fair value gap here. Let me look at the 1 hour. Up close, run liquidity, displace, fair value gap. I hear the puppy's up. Might get a little Kirby action here in a minute. First church on Mars, that would be something. There will be a first church somewhere on the moon or the Mars one day, I promise you. Loyalty family, ICT's live. Whew. Oh, we still have 24 viewers in ICT's live. I appreciate you guys being here. Cisco, wasn't saying you're a gambler, Shadow, just joking. Oh, that's fine. I don't have a new dog. Until Kirby crosses the Rainbow Bridge, there will be no more new dogs in the family. I think the next, actually, she wants a cat. She really, really wants a cat pretty badly. So I think I'm going to call this dollar CAD trade here. It fits my setup. It fits the criteria. I'm not going to waver or this is the setup. Like, this is the breaker setup right here. So we're going to get it lined up. Right there. Just below that candle there, and then we're going to go with these highs. Here we go. We're going to go with a buy limit here. All right, so that's 35212, 35128, and 35390. So I'm going to call that out on this dollar CAD trade. We've got a setup. I'm going forward. I'm taking it. It fits my criteria. It is what it is. When I see it, I execute. That's it. This risk is going to be for the phase 2. So we're going to throw those on there, and we're going to put that, what is it, 35212, 212 128 and 390. Lot calculation. Buy limit here. And then we're going to drop down to our last account and do it one more time. And reduce our risk here. 5. 212. We're going to go with just 1% risk on this account here. Oh, dadgummit. Buy limit. All right, everything is all set up. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to copy that out. Oop. There you go. Threw it in the Discord. Do 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 do. I have 3 dogs. Shadow, I think that's enough. 3. We have 3 dogs. With Kirby, Maggie, and Remy. Kirby, of course, is the ancient of all ancients. And he's just holding on for dear life for every possible ounce of... He just does not want to die. He does not want to give up the ghost. Good morning, Fritz. What did you miss? Not a lot. It's been a pretty chill morning. I'm calling a trade, which means I'm about to get swerved. Let's see. It got down to it. If this thing takes off from here, dadgummit. It got down to 135. Got down to 3235. And our entry is 212. So got within 2 pips of our entry again. Swerve incoming, basically, yeah. Alpha Bridge, that zone on UCAD looks juicy. I would ride that one on M1, but I'm already done for the week. I hope your TV gets hit. Thanks, Alpha. Kirby's your favorite. A tear will shed when he finally passes. Swerve incoming. When Kirby goes, I will cry. There will be tears of joy, of happiness. There will be tears. My wife will be crying her eyes out, and I will be crying with her, both for very different reasons. But don't tell her I said that. She's not down here. Oh. Beautiful retest on this 30-minute fair value gap. Long live Kirby. Don't you speak those words over my life, Alpha Bridge. I don't need that manifestation to come true. Oh, my goodness. I got all the yawns going today. That regular support zone on UCAD seems strong. So yeah, I'm hoping it could make one more dig down into these bodies, touch into that 15-minute breaker right there. It's touched the top of that breaker. But of course, I'd prefer to see it come down into there. Ooh. Gosh, take a glass of water, man. You don't like watching me and listening to me yawn? What's wrong with you? Can't help it. I can't help it. What's going on with the Rugby World Cup? We could talk about some sports. The Texans, man, trashed the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Astros completely suck ass right now, and they're pissing me off. So I don't really want to talk about the Astros if we don't have to. They are trying desperately to not make the playoffs. They had a chance to make up some ground yesterday because the Rangers got crushed. And then instead of just beating the Mariners, they decide to lay an egg. So frustrating. We have just a half game lead on the Mariners now for the final wild card spot. It's pretty frustrating. But whatever, it is what it is. You ever watch the Greenland movie? I don't think I've ever seen the Greenland movie, no. Brad, you eat your nails. I do. I'm a nail biter. It's a horrible, disgusting habit. My wife hates it. Most of the time, I don't even remember doing it. No game for Ireland this weekend, so watching Europe in the Ryder Cup. Chris Knapp, let's go Lions. Are you talking about the Detroit Lions? Yeah, with some nice play. NFL started better in 2023. Lots of cool moments already. Yeah, it's been a good opening to the NFL season for sure. Been nice. I'll tell you, San Francisco looks really strong right now. The 49ers have a pretty solid squad. Brock Purdy's playing great. McCaffrey's playing great. Kittle's playing great. Deebo Samuel. They're lighting it up right now. They're going to be, if they can stay healthy, they're going to be a tough squad to hang with this year, I think. The Lions. Let's see. The Lions. I haven't kept up with the Lions this year. Two and 1. Look at that. Look at that. Are the Lions actually going to be good this year? Very interesting. I think they have the Packers this week, don't they? You're going to have to fight with John for a little bit. I mean, they're the Lions, so I don't think anybody puts a lot of value in stock. Barry Sanders, Megatron, that was the Lions' heyday. Sorry, guys, I had to fire off a couple messages here real quick. Just jumping around all over the place. I feel pretty just scatterbrained today on the stream for some reason. You can get something to put on your nails that tastes bad, so you stop the habit. My wife has tried that. I've tried that. It's kind of worked. I don't know. It's something I guess I've done since I was a child. It's like an ingrained childish habit that I've just never gotten over. My dad, you should see my dad's. I don't even know how my dad can get to his nails. They're so small and they're so. My brothers are the exact same way. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, we're tagged into a trade here. We'll see how this breaker block holds up. GJ rallying, pound coming back up into its dollar. Probably get a little bit of pullback here. We'll see how this all holds up. Into that 30-minute breaker, the fair value gap on that 30-minute is right here at the bottom of the smaller 15-minute fair value gap. So we'll see how it goes. It'll work or it won't. And I'm fine either way. And I feel like the ones we get triggered in on are the ones that just smash our stop loss quickly, and the ones that go to take profit are the ones that swerve us. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, I feel like, on our current trading path. Beeswax, I've been a 49ers fan since the 80s. Well, you've had some good runs if that's how long you've been have you even been alive since the 80s, Beeswax? How old are you? Chris Knapp, a lot of hype around the Lions this year. Really? I haven't heard any of the hype from the Lions, so that's cool. J Love is the third era. You got a lot of love for Mr. Jordan there, John. Which, you know what, I get it. He's your quarterback. He's on your team. He's the quarterback for your team. You should have quite a lot of love for that, I think. They've broken my hearts many times, but still a fan. I mean, that's what true fan is. If you're not a fan through the hard times, you're not a true fan. Like if you're just a fan when they're playing well, it doesn't count. It does not count. Emojis. I'm not going to throw emojis on today. I'm not in an emoji kind of mood. This thing's just going to collapse and slap the loss, grab some more sell side liquidity, or it's going to turn around. That's really the only options you got. So we're going to go with it. We'll see what happens. It fits the plan. It checks all the boxes. Jumped off the page when I saw it. I didn't see it at first, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, wait, look at that. That's a breaker setup. Just like this one. It looks very similar to this one. Just opposite direction. But you see his fourth quarter come back down 17. I saw highlights of it, yeah. Look, he's a good quarterback. I have no... you got a good quarterback there. Absolutely, man. I don't know that he's the third era. I don't know that he's your next Brett Favre or next Aaron Rodgers. But he's good. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. I mean, he's shown flashes right now for sure that give you a lot of hope that's a possibility. So... looks like we're just going to get run out here. Again, as always, I would much rather just get run quickly on any of these trades that I take. I would much rather just get run quickly. Like, just tank it and slap us out so I can go on about my day. Not that I'm really worried about the rest of my day anyway, but I don't have to sit there and watch and wonder what's happening. So... very Favre Rodgers. Yeah, the comeback did look like a very Favre Rodgers type comeback. You're absolutely right. Shadow Trades. Who else have checked the Teen Wolf movie? The Teen Wolf movie? What? What are you talking about, the Teen Wolf movie? Those are old movies, man. You're bringing in some movie nostalgia. Michael J. Fox, baby. They're cool movies, no doubt. Oh, gosh. Still got plenty of room to reverse. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not, I don't get attached to any trade guides. Like, I don't get attached to any of this. There's nothing left to do. We identified the setup. I said what I wanted to see happen. I saw where I wanted price to go. I got my entry. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if it reverses, it reverses. I put my stop according to my plan below the body of the candle. That created the last fair value gap, which it's just tapped into. This bottom fair value gap right here. It's still inside the OTE area from the London move up. I mean, it's just whatever it is. It's either going to work or it's not. And I know typically when I get triggered in, 55% of the time they work and the other times they don't. So if this one is one of those times, fine. Totally fine. And if it's not one of those times, also totally fine. I mean, this could be the last little high of the week right here, and then you just tail off on Thursday and Friday. You get your end of the month high, and you're good. So I'm trading in line with the trend. It's fine. And if it wants to rush this stop loss, which it looks like it wants to do, cool. Don't care. It'll actually be good because we can end the stream, and I can go get some coffee. We were out of our coffee creamer today, and so my wife's probably going to go to Starbucks and spend another $18 and come home with 2 coffees again, because that's how much 2 coffees cost now. $18. Instead of just going to the store that's right next to Starbucks and getting more coffee creamer for $3.50 15 cents. She'll pull into the drive-thru right in front of that store and spend $18 for 2 cups of coffee. It took both Favre and Rodgers 5 games to throw 8 touchdowns. J-Love did it in 3. It's a different game, though. It's a different game, different era, different time. Again, you don't have to prove to me that he's a good quarterback. I believe that he's a good quarterback. I'm not ready to put him in the Favre-Rodgers category yet. Matthew Hope says, I like to set alerts at TP and stop lots once I'm in a trade and shut the chart off to avoid watching the trade play out. It helps me a lot mentally. It's a great, it really does help a lot, Matthew. You're totally right. It really does help. And I do that a lot too. If I wasn't on the live stream, I wouldn't be watching this probably. I would just set an alert. Once the trade's triggered, I set a break-even alert. I set a stop-loss alert, and then it is what it is. I don't care after that. This one's going to get slapped, no doubt. This one's headed for a loss. It's going for this sell side liquidity down here. It's grabbed a buy side. Now it's displacing away in the opposite direction to sell side, creating a potential counter trend setup on this breaker block. That is basically where our stop loss is. So once it displaces through there, you might have a nice little sell on UCAD here into some more sell side targets. You've got some pretty good trend line sell side liquidity down here. We're trading with the trend, and it's fine. It's a good setup. A nice run of liquidity, displacement through, fair value gap inside of a breaker. We took it, and it's gonna get trashed, no doubt. It is going to get trashed. DXY is pulling back in and rebalancing these areas here. Unless the dollar finds some extreme strength here very quickly, there's no way this trade survives. No way. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. What else are we doing? What else do we need to talk about? Not much. Not much. I think we've covered everything. I think as I just talked through what I'm feeling about this trade, what makes it frustrating watching that stop loss get hit is knowing that the other 2 trades that we had Monday and Tuesday were excellent, incredible, good setups, and we were pipettes away from entries to full take profits, and this trade wouldn't have mattered. You know, you take a loss after taking 2 wins in a row, you're up 4R, and then you take a 1R loss. You're back down to 3R for the week, and so but those trades didn't happen, right? So you when you're in a trade like this and you constantly see how your entries that hit take profit. Saeem, I think, was going through this the other day, last week, I think, or a week ago. Saeem Muhammad was he was getting swerved on his entries, and the entries he did get. His analysis, so it's your analysis is correct, right? Your analysis is right. Your analysis is doing what it's supposed to do. It's showing you exactly how it's supposed to play out. You identify your entries, and it moves in the direction you want it to move, but you just don't get triggered into the trade properly. And you get swerved on the ones that you should have won. And then the ones that you're getting entered into are the ones that statistically are not playing out. And that can just wear on you mentally. It can just wear you down mentally when you experience that over and over and over and over again. Part of me at this point is that we're so far into drawdown. There's a small part of me that's like, I kind of want to just violate the drawdown so that you can restart at 0. The climb out of drawdown, while it can be done and we can do it, it just feels like you want to, you just are like, you know what? Let's just start fresh. The phase 2 challenge, when this gets hit, will definitely breach. So we will, if this stop loss gets hit, the phase 2 10K challenge will be done. We'll still have a full 2% left on the 100K challenge, and we'll still have almost a full 1% on the funded account. So approaching the drawdown limits, and then we'll just reload. We'll do it all again. Not a problem. Shadow Trades, you'll be our Elon if you come to Nigeria. Gosh. John on the he just can't let the bandwagon go there. The Green Bay Cheeseheads, man. Chris says Detroit's win the division this year, and it starts with beating Green Bay again this Thursday. Oh boy. You don't know what you started, Chris. You don't know what you've started. This is actually going to set up for a nice little sell breaker here. This is going to set up for a nice sell breaker, a counter trend breaker. When it displaces through this low right here, you're going to have a nice counter trend sell. So these last down close candles right here are your bearish. They will turn into your bearish breaker, and you're going to have a nice fair value gap to target, and you're going to be able to get a nice little sell off of this down into these lows. So good luck to all of you counter trend traders that are about to profit off of me identifying a good loss for you. My job is done. I have given you a good setup by losing on your behalf. Oh, and do you guys really pay that much for coffee from a cafe? It's like $4 to $4.50 here. So depending on the size, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like $6, $6 or $7 a coffee, I think. Kaler from Bespoke just followed me on Twitter. That's because you're killing it, man. You're a good trader. And I think he's from Ireland too. I think he's Irish, isn't he? I think Kaler's Irish, Owen. So he's up there in your neck of the woods. Mr. Alfie, I'm about to lose my ancient account I've had since October last year. Kind of grown attached to it. Well, don't grow attached to it. The fact that you've held on to an account for an entire year basically is pretty freaking incredible. He's a young Mahomes. I get what you did there. What is your Twitter? 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 I think we get the point, bro. I think we get the point. Settle down or I'm going to boot you out. Stop spamming. I think he's talking to Owen. You only need to put it in once, man. The one philosopher is Owen's handle. The number one philosopher. The one philosopher. I don't understand why people feel the need to I don't get spam like that. I don't understand why you think that is why anyone, not just you, but I don't understand why people in general think that that's like acceptable behavior for that. Like I don't understand that. Like where in the rest of the stream today have you seen that happen? And like there's not that many messages coming into the chat. Like if we had 1,000 people and they were all just leaving comments, then I kind of understand, like you could think your comment's going to get lost. And so you might need to re-bump it occasionally, but not in this. There's 28 people watching and there's like 5 people chatting. So people are going to see your message. People are going to see it. Nice little run of liquidity here on the buy side, and to wipe out our stop loss to create a nice counter trend trade setup here for dollar CAD. And part of me wants just to jump in on the counter trend trade because we only risked 1% and I have a 2% daily loss limit on my trading plan. Part of me wants to take this counter trend trade in a bad way. Once we get displacement through that low. Technically still in the, I know it shows that we hit our stop loss, but on the MT5, we're still technically in these trades right now. It's not going to last. It's going to get smashed here pretty quickly in the next few seconds, I believe. GU holding strong on that breaker, that retest of that breaker there. EU is finding some strength and pulling back up after that big drop. Dollar also has pulled back into that big drop there. So I think CAD's about to run this pretty hard, grab this, displace through there, come back up, rebalance, and then head down here for some of these lows. That's what my gut says. We'll see how it plays out. Do, 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 do. Excuse me. I wonder why I never wonder, I guess I should say, I can't even talk right now. I wonder why I can never get my stop losses swerved. I always get my entry swerved, but I never get my stop losses swerved. My stop losses always just get, they are perfectly placed for liquidity runs. And they get hammered, but they never get swerved. My stop losses never, ever get swerved. Only the entries. Only the entries get swerved. Doom, doom, da doom. Puppy time. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. And here we go. We're about to get it. Hey, love. How you feeling? Good? Look good. There we go. Now we just wait for the displacement through here and you can take that counter trend. All right, so we can officially say that. Let me just check. Yeah. That phase 2 is done. Off of that loss. But what we're looking at and what I'm anticipating is this right here now. This is what I would be looking for. There you go. So we'll see. Got 5 more minutes on that candle close there, and then maybe we'll get a little. So the phase 2 is officially dead. Bam. And now we can at least we can move this up here now. Now they are not watching my stream. ICT doesn't watch the stream, remember? What's going on? What happened? Why is it doing that? Lord, that dog is so extra. All right. I don't understand why this is not working properly. Oh, there it is. I was like, why is this not? All right. Because I only risked 1% on that, I'm still comfortable taking this counter trend trade here. We've ran buy side liquidity. We've got displacement through. We've got a breaker block. And we've got a fair value gap inside there. So I'm good with that. All right, I think I'm going to call the stream here right now. We've been on a couple hours. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Metro popped in. What's up? There you go. All right, Cisco, see you. See you, Owen. I do love my wife. Absolutely. All right, y'all, we're going to call the stream here for now. I am going to set up a sell limit on this counter trend trade here on dollar CAD. We took the loss on the 1%. We reduced our risk. Another beautiful setup here for a counter trend trade, and this is what I'm running at right there. So I'll post that. Copy image. Let's do that. And I'll put that up on the Discord. But watch on Twitter, hang out, follow along on Discord. We'll see how everything plays out today. We'll be back again tomorrow on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And yeah, we'll be back. Hope you guys can make it. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, happy hunting, and we will catch you all tomorrow. Adios, guys.